Alright, hi everyone. I've got the Luke's ball. Yes, you heard it right. It's not Duke, it's Luke because this is cheap stuff, okay? So WTC finals been played with Duke ball in England in Southampton. Nobody has ever gone to Southampton. This is not a tourist place. Nobody goes there. It rains all the time and it's cold and it's shitty. Even people in Southampton, all they wake up in the morning, hope they were in Copenhagen or Amsterdam or New York, but not Southampton, but then they always wake up in Southampton. That's why they wanted Indian people to be sent to Southampton. So in case the virus, if the Indian people take virus from here, it spreads, everybody dies in Southampton. Nobody will even talk about it. People will be happy about it. So, and on that note, Indian cricket has been complaining that New Zealand cricket has been going out playing golf, and these guys are supposed to play golf within their rooms. They just been told to, where the drain is there, remove the cap from the drain and just keep playing golf right there. Okay. But I heard Indian people think that's what Virat Kohli is doing. But let's see Virat Kohli's team, which he has selected, or somebody has, allegedly. I'm not saying Virat has selected this thing, but Virat is doing, all this stuff with his hand. I'm going to go from the very beginning. I think Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Cheteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane. As much as I don't care for Ajinkya Rahane, everybody loves Ajinkya Rahane. He will be selected. He is the vice captain. It's not written here as the vice captain, but he's the vice captain. People don't even write. It's like ECB. ECB means England and Wales Cricket Board, but there's no W. It's like, what happened to Wales? And Wales is very unhappy right after they've just won their match against Russia. So they're very excited and they feel like we are the best team ever in the history. Okay, and I'm confused, like, did they beat Russia? But they beat somebody. My brain is not working. So do you have any doubt, not your preference, Vikram, but do you feel anybody else has a chance to get selected over these top five batsmen?
No, I think these are pretty much written in stone.
Like solid as your marriage. See, this is your wife will finally say, like, I said good things as well. She always thinks I'm probably saying the bad things. Solid as your wedding. Now we have Hanuman Singh. Okay, his name is not Hanuman Singh, his name is Hanuma Vihari. Rishabh Pant is, okay, let's just talk about people who are always in. Rishabh Pant is in. Jasprit Bumrah is in. Mohammad Shami is in. Now let's talk about controversy here. Not controversy, that two people who can be, only one person can be selected unless they drop another spinner, because I feel they will take two spinners. Do you think Ishant Sharma or Siraj will get selected? Because I do not think two of them will get selected.
Yeah, I don't think Siraj, I mean, if it comes to selecting between Ishant Sharma and Siraj, they will go for Ishant Sharma because he has the experience, he has played, plus as we talked about that he has been talking about this final frontier and all those things, and he wants to play in this, and that's why he's keeping himself fit and everything. So yeah, I don't see Ishant getting dropped ahead of Siraj. So yeah.
Okay, now what are the chances of both of them playing? Then if both of them play, then either R Ashwin or Ravindra Jadeja has to be dropped, and we don't see that coming. But let's just say both Siraj and Ishant are playing. Who do you think you will drop, and why will you drop them?
Then we'll have to unfortunately drop Ashwin. There's no other way.
Unfortunately. You're just trying to please just making sure nobody puts dislikes here, because I've already put 6 dislikes by saying I don't like Ajinkya Rahane, because everybody just hates it. Because if you go on CricBuzz, whatever it is, that when Sanjay Manjrekar came out with the team, he has, I don't know, 3,000 dislikes and 1,000 something likes. And then Akash Chopra came out, he has like 2,000 likes or something, and then he has like 54 dislikes because he chose the most conservative team that everybody likes. But Manjrekar dropped Jadeja and people just hate him. So why Jadeja? Why you pick Jadeja over R Ashwin? Don't you think R Ashwin is a better bowler? Like, he's like world class, best ever.
Better bowler, I don't know. Jadeja has improved a lot in recent times, but even if you talk about the fielding and batting, he's way ahead. I think I was seeing some stat where they said that he has the best average after Kohli in test matches in recent years, which talks a lot about other batsmen. But
he talks bad about Kohli. Okay.
If one spinner has to be dropped, in my book it will be Ashwin, and it has happened. It's not something which I'm suggesting is blasphemous or something. He has been dropped before as well. So yeah.
All right. So my view, my 1.5 cent view on this thing is that either Ishant or Mohammad Siraj gets picked. I'm fine with both of them. The deal is I want it to be not selected on emotion, because Ishant Sharma is constantly saying this is what I live for, my career is always going to be finished, I don't play one days, I don't play T20, this is my holy grail. that should not be the reason that you get picked, because if tomorrow Shane Warne starts saying the same thing, that doesn't mean that Shane Warne is going to start playing in the Australian Test squad, except that if he comes in, he'll probably still bowl better than other people, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's what
that's
I'm
another
saying.
thing. I was like, probably not the best choice. Let's just talk about Kapil Dev. He'd probably be bowling, or Saurav Ganguly. He's like, sir, you just had like 16 heart attacks and you have like 68 stents in your body. He's like, does not matter. I only bowl 109 kilometers per hour anyway, so it doesn't really matter. My point is, just select somebody who you feel is going to be the, as they call overused phrase, horses for courses. Just go with your gut and just put it out there. And also, you have to always remember there's a concussion sub. You can always pretend that Siraj got hit in the head by a racist spectator who did not even exist in the first place, which has happened before. Another dislike. All right, with R. Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja, I feel I will always pick Ravindra Jadeja over R. Ashwin if you have to pick in England, because if you see the stats for R. Ashwin, they are just not great. And Ravindra Jadeja, as you already said, is a greater batsman than Virat Kohli. Hail, hail, hail. 3 more dislikes. And Ravindra Jadeja is definitely the best fielder in the team, including Virat Kohli. Recently, Virat Kohli has dropped a lot of babies. Balls. So, and I mean these were the balls, not those balls. No controversy here. We're not talking about anything here. So, and because Ravindra Jadeja is going to, somebody who's going to definitely, like, there's no reason to say that Ravindra Jadeja is not going to be able to bat well, because he comes to like 4, 5, 5, 6 down by the time the ball is blunted, and he knows, he's very confident. He feels spectacularly. He's going to at least give us 2 wickets in the field that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise, and those 2 wickets can actually change the course of the match completely.
Exactly,
Do you want to quickly look at New Zealand's team?
Yeah.
Some dude named Azad Patel has been there, who is actually not even from New Zealand. He's just migrated from India specifically. Just the way, in football, they migrate within a week and then they start playing for different teams. Same thing is like Emeric Laporte, who was just a French forever, and suddenly within a French team said, we don't want you. So he said, okay, I'll go to Spain. Now he's playing for Spain. Now, this guy is Kane Williamson. He's not some supermodel, but he looks like a supermodel. Kane Williamson was unwell or injured or whatever. He's back. So they have got a new, I want to briefly talk about not everybody, but just Ross Taylor got runs in the last match. He's a veteran. He's probably 36, 37 years old. But again, because he got 80 odd under his belt and he played really well, he struggled at the beginning. He coped it. And I think if 2 people get 80 odd in an innings in this WC final, you're already screwed. So Conway just made a double century, and he made another good score in the second innings or second match or something. So Conway is a huge find. He's not a youngster. He's, I think, 28 years old, but he just debuted for New Zealand, and New Zealand just beat England in England. They've already been there. So I like their squad. Whoever gets left out, I've not really paid so much attention, but looks good. Trent Boult is back. Tim Southee is going to be there. I don't know. There's a doubt between Wagner, Grandhomme or Azad Patel or something. But whoever comes in, I think whoever comes in, it looks pretty neat. Tom Latham is also back. I think not a lot of people who watch cricket closely know him. I also don't know him very well, but I've seen his statistics. Good lad. So yeah, a good person to have at the top. So I like this team. Do you want to add something on Conway or Kane? Because we do know that Kane does not have a very good overseas record in the last few years, although he's been absolutely phenomenal in New Zealand, also in the 2 tests that he played. Second test he did not play and he's coming back for injury. Do you think what about any chinks in the armor for New Zealand, who's just won in England?
I mean, I think both the teams, both India and England, their strength is bowling. And the inclusion of Conway and the way he played, I think it has strengthened their squad. But he's still new to the test arena, right? And we never know what happens, because this is a final test match, first time in the history, a test match final. So I don't know what the pressure would be and how he would perform. But Tom Latham, obviously, he's a seasoned performer. He played well against us always. So if you compare batting, I think their batting looks better than us, and bowling, I think both are on par. So I think the only issue for both the teams would be batting. Same goes for New Zealand, because Ross Taylor, I know, made runs, but he has been very off color recently. Then Williamson, we all know that he doesn't have a greatest of record outside of his country, which is very strange, because they play on seaming pitches at home as well. So it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so I think just the batting could be the issue for New Zealand and as for India as well.
All right, so batting is an issue. Another problem is that not the Luke ball, the Duke ball. I have a feeling that, I think you back me up on this thing anyway, but just want a quick word on this thing, that because it's a Duke ball, and I don't even think batting first or bowling first, anything will help India's cause specifically. But I do feel if India ends up batting first and scored like 154 or one something like that, which is very much possible, I have a feeling that New Zealand is one team which has never ever won anything, right? Has not won any ICC tournaments. So that monkey is still on their back, and that thing cannot be removed quickly, right? So, but if New Zealand puts India pressure from day one, from session 1, session 2, whatever, then I think New Zealand has a big chance, because but when it comes to push comes to shove, if India can make it tight, that's the time India's experience will come to the fore, and then India will be able to put pressure on New Zealand, because New Zealand has never won anything. But if in New Zealand, which they did against England as well, from the very onset they had them on the back foot. If they can actually have India on the back foot and not let India take charge at any point in time, then I think New Zealand stands a good chance. Right now, I would rather favor New Zealand to win the Test series, win the WTC, than India. I say that because New Zealand has been there in England for a while. They've been playing golf, which a lot of scientists have said really helps in winning WTC by empirical evidence. But they were like, where's the empirical evidence? They said no, they were playing this in the agricultural era, when the agriculture has started, also in Mohenjo-daro and Indus Valley civilization. So they have the empirical evidence from there, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? But then they are very confident about, just the way I am, about those people who do not exist. It was just me. It's just like the Fight Club hallucination. Edward Norton hallucinated Brad Pitt, and with like nice six-pack abs.
Spoilers.
So those are two things, and if you want to add something on this, and we still don't know anything about the pitch, but we expect a pitch which will be juicy, and also it's going to be overcast, so I don't think we're expecting too many runs. As long as one or two players get an 80 or a 50, this is a time for Ajinkya Rahane. That's exactly what he does. Do you think he's going to come good this time as well?
So yeah, I think for India to win, our best players, best batsmen, they have to actually score runs, and Virat Kohli needs to break his jinx. And by jinx, I don't mean Ajinkya Rahane, because he got him run out in that infamous test in Australia. So, but he has, I mean, Virat Kohli, it's high time that he scores. Plus, he has been criticized over and over again that he doesn't score during the knockout matches, ICC tournaments. So, I think. We have the batsmen. They just need to score runs. I think I'm not really sure about the opening pair. Both of them are very good players, but on seaming condition, I don't know if they will be able to survive, especially with overcast conditions. So it will come down to Cheteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli, and Ajinkya Rahane. To be very frank, I don't trust Ajinkya Rahane. And I think we have told this again and again. And then we have the Pant factor. We don't, again, not sure what he'll do. He can make quick fire 70-80, that can completely change the match, but he can also get out playing a rash shot. So there is a lot of uncertainty, very little solidity in the batting lineup, apart from maybe Kohli and Pujara. And Kohli is not in a very good form from long time. So for India to win the test match, at least two batsmen, as you said, need to make 50 plus, and I think that would be enough in these conditions.
Okay, as the Englishman would say that, in Southampton it pisses all day, which means it rains all day, and we are expecting rain all 6 days. Okay, people don't know, ICC has given an extra day in case required, but I think ICC should get as many extra days as many required, because not after 2 years you don't play a World Cup final, a World Test Championship final, and then no result happens. This is going to be amazingly bad. But then, as we have discussed this offline, that 6 days are more than enough, because in reality they will probably just need 3 days, because the pitch will be seaming, it's Duke ball, plus it's going to be overcast, so it's going to be very, very difficult for them to bat. And do you feel there's any chance the rain can actually play the spoil sport and this can be a draw? I don't think even the bookies don't believe that. Right now, bookies have put India and New Zealand at par, like even odds. So you can pick any of the teams to win this final match. And New Zealand is looking really, really good. Although till they came to England, a lot of people were still doubting that, they just came good. They played a lot of matches in New Zealand and they beat some other team. That's why Australia cancelled a couple of things and England screwed up in India. But after they beat England and now they've been there for a while, they just look the real deal to me, and India needs to be really concerned. Because also, do you have any information what Indian T squad has been doing for the last couple of months since IPL got cancelled? Because all the pictures I've seen is them eating food and then eating more food and then eating a lot more food. So yeah.
Yeah, I think they have been preparing. Plus, also, I'm talking about Indian squad. Now they have been divided into two squads. One squad is going to Sri Lanka to play the limited overs games, and recently they were playing the Indian team, which is there in England, the Indian squad. They have been playing among themselves, so they played a 3-day match between themselves, which I don't know how serious it was. I think Pant scored the highest or something,
120 runs in 26 deliveries, hit Bumrah for 17 sixes.
So I don't know if that should give confidence to us or should worry us that Bumrah is getting hit so much. But yeah,
I totally made that up, by the way. I have no idea what happened in that match.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's just put it as the gospel truth. Yeah, it's like Bible. Everything is true.
Because no one covered it, right? So we
Who has the idea what is happening there?
Yeah.
Somebody must have gotten hit for a lot of sixes, right? He made 120
Correct.
of, like they said, 70 odd deliveries. So something must have happened.
Right. So someone got hit. I'm not sure who got it, but I'm just saying that they have been playing against each other. I don't think that's the best a way to prepare, because you need to play against an opponent who are not your teammates. I mean, I believe, but I think due to COVID it was not possible, and that was the reason. And we all know that India plays worse in the first test match, and after that they bounce back, but there's only one match. So for me, New Zealanders are the clear favorites. I know a lot of people are going around and saying that India are the favorites, they are the best team. Even Tim Payne said that. But I think they're just being nice. If you see the facts,
Politically correct, yes.
Right. So if you see the facts, the conditions suit New Zealand. New Zealanders have been playing cricket. They have been playing test matches there. They have the better batting lineup. They have rolled over India in similar conditions 2 years back. Same team.
Oh yeah, they did. They destroyed them.
Yeah. So I don't see how New Zealand, how India can be favorites in this situation. If the match was being played maybe in I don't know, South Africa, no, not South Africa, Australia or India, because the ball doesn't swing. And we have already seen that if the ball doesn't swing, pace and bounce, the Indian batsmen have got accustomed to pace and bounce. But here the problem will be the swing. And New Zealand players, this is like home condition. So I really don't see how India start as favorites. Anything can happen in the match, but before the match, for me, New Zealand is the favorite team.
Oh yeah, I think I would back that up. I think I would also put New Zealand as a favorite. I would definitely I would say it like you take it with a pinch of salt, because we have said that New Zealand has never won anything. So as long as India, I just definitely feel India gets off to a bad start, I think New Zealand should be able to just knock us off our perch and should win their first championship. And also it's going to be interesting because this is the first WTC apart from the Mohenjo-daro nonsense that's been going around, controversy there. But this is going to be a big, and it will be nice to see New Zealand win something. They haven't won, but let's hope this is a very good match. Like it just goes down to the wire, that whatever they play in between the rains, between the pissing in Southampton, it turns out to be really good. And I'm really looking forward to it starting today, right? I believe, depending when we put this out. So tomorrow. I'm just going to be sitting there in my boxers, because now that I'm in Delhi and I don't have any air conditioning, so I'll be sweating. But hopefully India doesn't make me sweat more. I don't have any specific allegiance to any team, but I just want a match that is worthy of a WTC final for the first time, and that would be wonderful. And please bear with the rains. Don't expect it not to rain. It will rain on all 6 days. The weather app clearly says that. and it's Southampton. The only thing they do right is rain, nothing else. Nobody's ever going to travel to Southampton. Nobody wants to be there. So yeah, on that note, what you can please leave us your comments as well, and you can also dislike us because we are not Manjrekar, but we talking like Manjrekar that we also drop. But we did not drop Jadeja, okay? So you can't hate us so much. We like Jadeja. Jadeja is amazing, and we also don't want to drop Ishant Sharma, but it has to be a rational decision. Horses for courses. If Siraj the right guy, pick Siraj. And Ajinkya Rahane, we don't like you, but if you score a 50, well, good on you, mate. All right.
Yeah.
On that note, thanks, Vikram, and thanks for listening. You can like and subscribe if you feel like it, and we'll see you around. You can look at more of our podcast throughout the WC. Almost we'll do it every other day, and also we are continuously covering Euro 2020, which is happening in 2021. So please keep at it and go Germany. That's a good end. All right. Take care.